So can you hear the baby? That's its heartbeat. Boom, boom.
Calm down, baby.
Calm down.
There's no monster in the belly.
No,
right?
there's no monster in her belly. It's just mommy. There's baby.
Alexa, set 4-minute timer. What's up, fellow journeyers? The Pacific Northwest. Well, trash can in this shot, let me change that. The Pacific Northwest, love it. The fog, the trees, the rain, but it's okay because we are officially in the lower 48. We limped our way here with the transmission issues with the van. Made it pretty close to Seattle to get the van worked on. I called 2 places in Canada, 3 places around Seattle. Only 1 place said they could get me in within 10 days. All these are places that were recommended by people. Somebody knew somebody that worked here. So they got me in within 2 days, got it fixed within 5. So we're gonna go pick up our van today, and then we were heading into the city. I guess good news and bad news on the van. The good news is it was a transmission issue, but it wasn't the entire transmission. I'm not very mechanical. I don't know, it was like the rod on the flux capacitor or something like that, but I don't it wasn't, it was a, what was that thing called? Not the clutch. Anyways, a rod on something that had to do with the transmission had cracked, so he just had to replace that part. So that was 1,800 bucks. Not cheap, but if I'd replaced the entire thing, it's supposed to be like 4,500 bucks, something like that. So a little bit cheaper. That's the good news. Yeah, 1,800 bucks, good news. Bad news is that there were 2 other issues that came up that I'd seen symptoms of. One is that I'd been seeing leaking coolant and I knew, I hope it's not the water pump. He said, yeah, it's the water pump. Second issue, I've been hearing some really loud creaking, grinding noises when I'm turning, especially when I'm slow and I'm turning with the van sometimes. And he said that it was the steering rods in the front were way more worn than they should be. I mean, I've been bouncing on those bad boys through Alaska, so he said, really, to be safe, you need to replace those 2. I trust the guy who replaced those 2 things, which brought the grand total up to 3,800. So still spent almost 4 grand, but we feel pretty good about where we're at. Hopefully we're good for a while. So finding our Sunday is giving us a ride. We're gonna pick up the van, and then we're gonna work our way towards Seattle.
Is something steaming around here?
It is steamy. You see all that fog?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? We're gonna go up here to our friends.
Is it too far away?
Yeah, it's a pretty big hill. We can do it though.
Do the bears and the animals can't see?
Hopefully they can still see even though it's a little bit foggy. I think they got pretty good eyes.
Frogs can see in the fog.
Frogs can see in the fog?
Yeah.
You got a lot of questions. You coming?
Yeah.
We got the van back, Kinsley. You happy to have it back? Me too. It went pretty well.
Yeah,
It's
we
like
need it. I mean, you have to have your vehicle,
It's like a part of
especially
the
when it pulls
family.
your house. So
All right, well, let's get to Seattle. You ready to get to Seattle?
So doing our Seattle research, the #1 problem we've discovered is parking. We've heard that parking is just very difficult, but they have an awesome like public transportation system. But we're even having trouble finding parking to take public transportation. But I think we're gonna squeeze into this spot. So hopefully the hardest part would be getting into the city, and then we can start exploring.
So it's just a little bit tight. So we're all squeezing out that door. All right. So that's kind of the thing about Seattle that pushed us over the edge of, hey, we're gonna take public transportation, is so we could probably get in a parking garage, but a lot of them are too short for us to get into with our van. And then it's a tight fit with our van too, like worse than this in big cities. So that pushed us to this, and then taking the bus in and all the other kind of stuff. See the monorail right above us? Look up. That's the monorail. It's like a really fast train that goes on that right there. Isn't that cool? So if you're intimidated by big cities and getting around big cities and like the public transit system, all that kind of stuff, it is loud, it's a little hectic. But the good news is Google does an awesome job of telling you what to take, where to take it. You can punch in where you want to go from and it'll give you public transit options, which right now is mainly just saying, hey, just walk to where you want to go. So I'm gonna punch in the Space Needle from here. And it's saying, hey, look, you need to get on the monorail. It's gonna be about 12 minutes. So I can punch that and it'll show me what my stop is, how long it takes. So for the bus, it told us, it said you're getting on the 512. Told us it's gonna be, I don't know, 10 stops, how long it was gonna take. Super convenient. Usually if you just carry some small change and cash, you can get around if you need to. Have you missed your stroller? You haven't been in your stroller in a while, have you? You've gotten heavier, kid. Oh, we went kind of back and forth on the stroller, but it's gonna be quite a bit of walking today.
There is so much to do in Seattle. It was really hard to narrow everything down. We definitely want to check out Pike Place Market. It's the oldest continuously running farmers market in the US and it's just iconic Seattle. So hopefully we'll get to see some thrown fish and some cool stuff.
It's your jam.
The Little Mermaid's my favorite.
How are your fish senses doing?
Yeah, they're on high alert right now. Definitely smell the fish.
There's a little bit around.
When them skies are gray. We are gonna free. We can sleep in a pile after
Something unique about Seattle is they have what's called the gum wall outside of Pike Place Market. I think it started because people were going into a place where they couldn't chew their gum, so they started sticking it on the wall. And the city cleans it up multiple times and it just keeps coming back, and they've kind of accepted it as like this, this touristy attraction in Seattle. The bad news is they just cleaned the wall and we don't get to see very much apparently.
That's all there is left. You can see where they cleaned it all off down here at the bottom. I think it goes all the way down. You can smell the mint too. It goes up here too. There's some locks.
You want it right there? Okay. All right. Pretty sure I stepped in gum. How does that happen? line's a little bit longer at this Starbucks because it's claimed to be the original Starbucks. Originally it opened at a different location, but 5 years later in like 1977 it moved to this long location. So it's the most continuous owned Starbucks in the world.
Does the coffee taste the same or?
Yeah, I've read it's not worth waiting in the long line. The coffee's the same, but you can see the original logo here. So they changed the logo up a little bit.
Just a little bit. So this place is apparently really good too because it has a super long line.
It was on my list, but I don't know if we're gonna wait in that line. So somebody else have to tell us if it's good.
All the lines. There's like no lines except for these two places.
Is it going super fast?
It'll go fast. Yeah, it will.
It's not down below.
It's up high.
We gotta go get our tickets first.
Uh-oh.
How excited are you to see the Space Needle? Do you really want to see it?
Yeah.
Do you really, really, really want to see it?
It can be super cool.
Yeah?
Like a bird.
What, is that why the Space Needle is so cool? Is it like a bird?
Yeah. Can it fly like a bird?
I don't know, can it? Oh, here we go. We're gonna see the Space Needle.
You get to ride the monorail.
There it is, Hensley.
It's so big.
Hensley's been talking about the Space Needle all day, hadn't you?
I want cotton candy.
Oh, now you.
Now it's cotton candy. So this is their, I guess we have a touristy spot, like in a lot of your cities. Chicago had one too, so.
Well, you can't come to Seattle without
Well, no, you have
checking
to
out
do
the
it.
Space
No,
Needle.
it's cool.
The monorail was really fun. It's a really short ride and it takes you right to the Space Needle.
Like
so.
2 minutes.
Super cool. So me and Hensley are gonna go to the top of the Space Needle.
There goes the girls.
Are you excited? It's gonna be fun.
Plus, don't drop it, right? Plus, don't drop it, right? Mama.
Don't drop it.
We're going up to the top level, 52 stories up. Now has floor-to-ceiling windows and glass benches. Before the renovations, it was a little wall with a wire and chain link cage above it. Revolving level 2 floors under is now the world's first and only revolving glass floor. These top levels are circular, so if you get lost, just go in a circle. And we are at the top.
Can you see Tennessee?
We might can see Tennessee. We are that high, aren't we? You want to see if we can see Tennessee? Look how high we are. Look at this.
Alaska, wait.
Can you see Alaska? You're in the Space Needle. Hey, do you see that mountain back there? Look at that big mountain back there. Do you see it? Isn't this cool? Look. Wow.
It is fun.
Is it fun?
Yeah.
I love stuff like this. Views, city views, heights, all that is so awesome to me. And this one is incredible. It's just glass all the way around. This is just more than what I envisioned. It's awesome. We are laying on a glass floor and it's moving. Is it moving?
Yeah.
So Seattle is everything that the movies, the books, the TV shows, the YouTube channels make it out to be. It's really awesome. We absolutely love Seattle. Hey, did you have fun in Seattle? So one of our viewers got this book for Hensley a while back. We've been reading it to her about Seattle. Has a lot of the stuff we saw in Seattle.
I love Seattle.
Larry loves Seattle. Do you want to read this book? Let's get you ready for bed. So totally love Seattle. Definitely check it out. Also love this book. But we're gonna get Hensley to bed, read a book, and we'll catch you guys later.
Larry loves
Seattle.
Whoa, look at this. Did you do this today? Larry loves the
Space Needle.
and the
Monorail.
monorail. End of a long day.
Larry loves to go to sleep.
Yep, Larry loves to go to sleep.
Yeah!